The 2026 film adaptation of the Odyssey anchors Homeric myth in the historical catastrophe of the late Bronze Age collapse. Odysseus's cunning at Troy is no longer a heroic triumph, it is the catalyst for a total civilizational ruin. This victory effectively ends the world Odysseus spent 10 years trying to return to. Mediterranean history records a systemic collapse around 1200 BCE, as the era's great empires suddenly fractured. Myrmidon naval forces known as the Sea People converged on these weakened states, accelerating the regional fall. The film identifies these Greek victors as the same destructive Sea People recorded in historical accounts. By burning Troy, Odysseus broke the ancient law of Zeus, triggering a regional dark age that wiped out written records and trade. Stripped of its romantic shield, the Trojan War becomes an act of mutual, civilization-ending destruction. Divine intervention is replaced by raw psychological trauma and calculated political survival. Odysseus, consumed by guilt over the Trojan horse, adopts the alias Sinon, the identity of the man who sold the lie to the Trojans. Penelope remains a shrewd strategist, holding an empty throne against violent rivals while awaiting a husband she hasn't seen in 20 years. Calypso's magic is rationalized as chemical amnesia, using lotus flowers to keep Odysseus captive and unable to remember his past. Every epic action is framed through the lens of modern political and psychological consequences. The film's source text serves as a bilingual study guide, pairing English dialogue with contextual Vietnamese translations. Annotations use specific symbols to teach vocabulary and distinguish between mythic tradition and historical fact. When Odysseus finally eliminates the suitors, he completely rejects the throne. He leaves the kingdom to Telemachus and chooses westward exile to, quote, chase the elusive sun. Restoration is impossible. The Bronze Age has definitively ended. The 2026 Odyssey frames ancient myth as a study of systemic and psychological collapse. The story highlights the devastating real-world cost of achieving a total victory. This educational breakdown was provided by the IELTS Focus.